What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Please like, subscribe. What do they say? Smash that like button. Smash it real good. Very dewy today. Did a face mask with mushrooms that smelled like mushrooms. But you know what they say, if it wait, now I'm just trying to come up with that. If it don't stink, it don't
I don't know, wait. It don't smell, it don't well. If it don't stink, it don't
drink.
clink, chink, brink, bink, wink. If it don't stink, it won't wink. You know? If it don't smell, it won't.
Gel. I'm gonna cut all of that out. Great. So, can we talk? White privilege. A lot of people have different reactions to this word. It's not a word, it's a phrase. It's been around for a long time. I don't know when it was first introduced, but it's been around for a long time. And I know years back I heard it and I guess I felt a little bit confused. Or not confused, but it seemed like, oh, but I've had it hard too. Like, I'm not privileged. I didn't grow up rich. I struggled. I've had a lot of sadness, a lot of disappointment, a lot of things have been hard for me, basically. No, I don't have privilege. Things have been hard for me. And I think that is the response of a lot of people when they're confronted with this is, wait, what are you saying that I'm privileged? Don't you know how hard I have it? There's something darkly funny about this because literally what it implies is you're lucky. You're privileged. Is like you, okay, great. You know what? You've had it hard and you're privileged. And that's a good thing. It's not good to be, it's not good that we have white privilege, but essentially what people are saying is like, yeah, it's been hard and it could have been harder and it wasn't. You've been given certain things that you weren't even aware of, things that you didn't even have to ask for, things that you didn't even have to fight for. It was just there. It was just, you were born, your skin was white, and things were just assumed about you that you did not have to do anything for or about. And lucky you. I really mean that, like, lucky you. And can we live in a world where it's not like, okay, so now let's take away your white privilege. In a way that is maybe what the goal is, like, let's take it away. But the only reason that it would vanish would be because all of those things that exist for you as a white person are now universal. Are now, yeah, you're born and it's granted that you won't be, do I want to go into all the items? You're just born as a person of any color, of any gender, and there is no bias towards you for the negative or the positive. Everyone's equal, finally, and we're all treated with fairness and respect. So yes, when that happens, yes, your white privilege goes away. You know, the past month, that kind of clicked in for me. It was very strange. It was like I never saw myself as lucky before. When I kind of started trying to work on myself, I had a personal coach. I think this is the first time that really the topic came up, although of course it isn't. I had a personal coach and she was like trying to get me to do gratitude lists. And I was so against it because I think what I heard, I'm sure I heard a lot of things, but what I heard when she was suggesting that I be grateful was, first of all, that I wasn't. So I'm ungrateful. I guess that I'm spoiled. I guess there's like a certain amount of shame. And there's like that classic thing of like, you better eat your dinner because, you know, there's starving children in Africa. That's a really weird way to introduce gratitude into children, first of all, because basically then you're saying like, you're lucky, you should be grateful because other people have it worse off. And I don't think that's a good place to found your gratitude, is like, well, at least I'm not that person. I don't think that's the proper approach. It creates like a distance and a separation between you and that other person, you know? And then there's like a lot of shame around that too. Like I wasn't wrong to think that gratitude gets wrapped up in that, because it does get wrapped up in that. But what I missed, and I still miss sometimes, but I really think it's shifting, is that like gratitude is just this like, it's this thing you can pick up. It's there if you want it or not. It's there. You can take it, you can use it, you can have it, you can experience it. And it just puts you in touch with your wealth, basically, to use that word. Or I like wealth because I don't know why I like wealth. I like feeling rich. Whenever I think rich, I think of like something decadent to eat. Rich. Like it's full, you know? Every person on the planet has something rich because we're all alive and we all get to experience the planet in many, many different ways. But this life, this planet, this world has many, many, many rich things inside of it. And so gratitude is looking those rich things in the eye and acknowledging them. And for wealth, I think they're the same thing. I don't think you can be wealthy unless you are grateful. And what I mean by wealthy is like, it's not so much dollar signs or just stuff, or even I like to think of wealth in terms of like relationships too, or the people that I know, or the experiences that I've had, the places I've been, the kind words that have been said to me, the amount of times that I've been able to do good for another person. And wealth isn't about the quantity or even the quality of that. Wealth is the acknowledgement of whatever you have. And then when you do that, you are wealthy. Like you just are, because you experience yourself as wealthy. And in that way too, some people can like be chasing after money their entire lives and never actually be wealthy because they don't allow themselves to feel wealthy. Like they're not really grateful for what they have. There's always something more, something more, something more. So they don't ever get to enjoy the spoils of their labor. This also feels related to the conversation around universal income. For those of you who don't know, it's just basically everyone gets money. Everyone gets like a certain amount of money from the government to live on. And I think there's like a little town I'm Canadian, for those of you guys who don't know. And there's a little town in Canada, I want to say it's like Manitoba, where they actually experimented with this years back. And it did quite well. And then I don't know why, but the program got defunded. But a lot of people worry about universal income that people get complacent and they won't want to work anymore because why should I work? I just get things for free. And first of all, in that little town, I can't remember what it was. If you guys know what I'm talking about, please post it below. Or maybe I'll, do that thing where I go, ooh, that's what it's called, with some text. But it didn't work like that at all. If anything, people were more productive because they felt secure. And I think that's something that people worry about, that I worried about. I was very attached to my chasing after the thing. So I didn't want to acknowledge everything that I had, because no, I don't like what I have. No, I don't want to look at it. I don't want to think it's good, because that'll give me more of what I have. I don't like what I have. I like that thing over there. And wait, I'm gonna hold on to this. This is going somewhere. Okay. So no, I don't want to be grateful for this, because that gives me more of it. And I don't like this. I want that. That's not how it works. You won't get complacent. You're actually widening that gap by, first of all, you're creating a gap. You're saying what I have, and a lot of people do identify, we kind of can't help it. Our identities do get wrapped up with all the accoutrements of that identity. So there's something in not liking your stuff, not liking your life, not liking your situation does get wrapped up in not liking yourself. You're strengthening that there's a gap from where you are to what you want. You're saying, I don't want to be this person with this little stuff. I want to be that person with that stuff. And so when you say that, you are saying, I'm not that person with that stuff. And when you can actually look at your wealth and appreciate it and acknowledge yourself for being someone who has so much, then the gap of that person who has so much over there, that gap gets shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. Because ultimately, it's not about your ideas of wealth. It's you experiencing the thing firsthand. That's what we're actually after. We just don't really recognize that that's what we're after. And so with universal income, to feel safe and secure, it makes sense that you would actually be more creative, more productive, give back more, because you feel like you have something to offer now, because you literally have something now. You have money in the bank. You're not starving. You're not going bankrupt. You're not destitute. And so you literally are you are full. And from that place of full, you're okay, now I'm not crippled. What can I do? People want to do things. We're never not going to want to do things. That's just not what's going to happen. Those are my thoughts on privilege, on gratitude, on wealth. And if any of you have gratitude practices, or I don't know, just put down, post below, what are you guys grateful for? What do you have? What do you have that you're just, hey, I have that. I get that in my life. It's all pretty extraordinary when you break it down. It actually is. Having two hands is pretty extraordinary. I don't really know what's going on if I think about it thoroughly enough. Having a camera, having YouTube, having electricity, having Wi-Fi, having anything at all is how did that happen? How did that happen? I didn't ask for it. It just happened. And I think ultimately that's how we want to live. So let's just live like that now. Shoot, I have a phone call. Okay. Goodbye. Oh wait. I love you. Bye.